I don't even know why I need to make this video, but 2x2 tutorial time. Okay, for those of you who don't know, the 2x2 is just the reduced version of the 3x3. So if you already know how to solve a 3x3, there is literally no reason at all, period, that you should be watching this video because, well, it's the reduced version, and if you already know how to solve a 3x3, then you should be able to do this completely intuitively, because this is just this, but except without this and this and this. It's literally just these. But for those of you who don't want to learn 3x3, 2x2 is an okay place to start, but I'd highly recommend starting with 3x3 because it's, once you learn how to solve this, you already know how to solve because it's pretty much this. Okay, so for 3x3, the first step, now not everyone knows this, but the first step to solve a 3x3 is to solve the first layer, which would look something like this. And if you know how to do that, then 2x2 should be way easier. But let's just go over how to do it on 2x2 for those of you who don't know. So you want to pick out any one of the corners pieces with white on it. So for example, I'll pick this one. So, and then you want to solve either this one or this one. Just pick either one. I want to solve this one. But then, so since we're solving the one to the right of this, we want to look at this color. And this color is red. So we need another corner that has two colors on it, white and red. So this has white on it, and this has red on it. This has white on it, but it doesn't have red on it. This one does, though. Now, all you have to do is you have to put this, you have to put it into there and make sure that white are connecting. Don't put it, don't put it like this, because then, red is not with red. You want to put it here so red is with red. It's really simple. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to solve one of the other two corners. I would choose this one, because that was the other one I didn't solve. Now what we're going to do is figure out which piece goes here. There's only two remaining corners, and one of them's the correct one. Whichever one has green and white on them. This one has green on them. Now what you're going to do is you want to hold this one directly above where it needs to go. It needs to go here, and then perform these 4 moves. Now those 4 moves are going to be important later on, but just as an example, then we'd solve this last one, and then this needs to go here. Now we repeat the 4 moves, and it's not solved yet, so we can just keep on repeating it until it's in there and it's solved. Now if you did it right, it should look something like that. I will do an example solve at the end of the video, just so you guys can understand if you didn't understand it. Now it's as simple as this. You perform an algorithm and it's solved. Okay, it's not that simple. So what next you're gonna do is you're gonna find a piece. You're hoping that there's yellow on top on at least one piece. There are cases though, like this one for example, there's no yellow on it. If there's no yellow on top at all, then what you do is you perform this algorithm, which is actually important later. Okay, it's not important in the beginner's method, the algorithm, but it will be important in advanced methods if you want to get faster at 2x2. So now we have yellow on top on just one, but that's still good. If we had 2, 3, even 4, then it would be fine. Just at least 1, so it's easier to recognize. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move this around until the other 2 colors are matching. So it doesn't have to be this particular corner, but just like blue has to be matching blue, orange and orange, and if it was like this corner, then it would be pretty much the same deal. Like if it was this corner, for example, we just make sure it's solved, but since it's not that corner, it's this corner, we just make sure that's solved. Now what we want to do is we want to turn the cube upside down, right? And next, we're going to hold an unsolved piece at the bottom right, which would be this piece. This is unsolved currently. Perform the 4 moves I talked about earlier until yellow is on the bottom. Then you do then you move over one like this. If it's already solved, then great. but then you'd move on. But if it's not, then just repeat the 4 moves until all of it is solved. Now, this one's already solved, so we can move on to the next one, but the next one is also solved. So now after this, we're going to hold that one solved corner right here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to perform this algorithm, and it looks like this. So you're going to hold it like this, and then do this. Now it won't always solve it in one algorithm. For example, it didn't solve it that time, so we do perform it again, and then it solves. But sometimes you'll get a case where it's like there's this corner here, and it's like no matter how many times you do it, it's just not gonna happen. If you have 2 that are solved, then all you have to do is move the pieces around until only 1 corner is solved. Now, you'd think that this is a good case, but you have to learn another algorithm for this. And I'm not going to go over that algorithm. So it's just easier to have a single corner, and then it didn't solve it that time, so repeat it again. And then there you have it. Also, if you have a case like this where like 2 solved will always be like diagonal from each other, like like none are solved here and 2 are solved here, just repeat it, just do the algorithm, and then you'll end up with a case like this. And there is a way to solve this way without doing the algorithm twice. You could just do the reverse of it. But yeah, that's how simple 2x2 is. And I will do an example solve just for those of you who don't quite understand it yet. So what we're going to do is find a white corner. I will just pick this one. Just pick any random one. Let's say we want to solve the blue side. So next what we're going to do is we could do the same thing for the other 2 corners. Just this needs to go to here because blue goes here. We hold it directly above it and repeat the 4 moves. That's one thing you can do, or you can do it intuitively, either way. And then we want to solve this piece, which actually is currently here. I didn't go over this, but what you do is if there's like this corner needs to go here, just perform the 4 moves to take it out, and then resolve it like normal. And then we have this, repeat until it's solved, and then there it is. Next, we have yellow on top on 2, so we just pick 1 right here. And now this one is already correct. This one already has yellow on bottom. So does this one. Now it does. And now it does. And boom, we have it solved. Now we have these 2. We have these 2 here, but we want to make sure that it's only gonna be one that's solved. So then we can perform the algorithm, and then it didn't solve, so we repeat it again, and there you have it. That's how you solve a 2x2. Oops. That didn't happen. Pretend that never happened. Never happened.